going to be completely honest with all of you. I don't have much of a plan for this look. I'm using a lot of new products. I'm using a lot of new tools. I watched one tutorial on how to use this product, and yeah, I think it'll be great. It'll be fine. I usually function on delusion when I'm doing these makeup looks, so why should now be any different? Let me show you some of the new products that I got. A lot of these I'm going to be using across the entire makeup series, especially this brand new product that I'm using, Skin Tight. This is a silicone product. It comes in 2 parts, and when you put them together, it should get hard on your face. I've used liquid latex in the past. I will link that video in the cards of me using it for the first time. And that product was really great for that particular cosplay, which was supposed to be this big neck burn. Not terribly raised off the skin. You just wanted some pieces that looked like it was peeling. And so Skin Tight is supposed to be better for any sort of scarring, you know, like a keloid scar that's very raised off of your skin. We also got a whole lot of scalpels. So these are good for shaping your scars. I feel like I'm at a dentist's office though. These are scary. So let's get started. Ooh, I'm nervous. So to start off, before I get the silicone all mixed together, because you really only should mix it when you're about to use it, I'm going to draw a guide for where I want the scars to be. I was thinking of looking at a reference photo and maybe trying to completely copy specifically the way that Heath Ledger's scars looked, but I'm not doing an exact cosplay of a specific Joker. I think when you're working with a character that has so many different iterations of it, it really gives you the opportunity as the cosplayer to make it your own. So that's what I'm doing. Even for the outfit I picked out for the full cosplay, I didn't make anything for it. I just pulled some stuff from my closet and put it together. It was like Joker-esque, but it wasn't an exact replica of any of the other Jokers we've seen in the past. So why should the scars be that way? So I think a good thing to start with is just drawing 2 kind of identical lines running from either side of my face. I'll probably thicken them up in parts as well. Yeah, like if they're thicker near the base, I think that will be cool. And we're gonna do some other lines working off from this first guide. Like if you've seen scars before that have imprints of where the stitches are, we're gonna do some of that too. We'll have it fork. What if the scar was like done in 2 slashes, like a slash down and then slash up? Maybe the slash down's a little bit shorter. Cool, so we've got like 2 stitches on that side. We've got a bigger scar, a wider scar on this side. Do we want anything else? Anything on my chin? Yeah, maybe like 1 more little line down my chin. Okay, I think that's a good guide. Oh, I'm so nervous to put this stuff on my skin. You have no freaking idea. I can see it getting tacky. Nice. It's working. Let's put it on my face. Yeah, we're just gonna follow the lines of the scar we made. It's probably gonna be hard for you to see it until it gets like really raised, but I definitely can see it. Shaping this is a lot harder than I expected it would be. I'm definitely having a hard time. It's definitely sitting raised on the skin. Yeah, the longer it's sitting, the easier it's getting. But I feel like my window is small for that to be true. I'm trying to like brush it into the center where the skin would be like fused together. I mean, something's happening. Damn, do you see that? Oh, I'm ruining it. Oh, God, are you serious? It's already like unusable at this point. Damn, you gotta work fast. See, look, this is already like goopy. Boo, okay. I barely mixed any. I'm gonna mix way less this time. Mixing that much. By the way, if you're a candle person, this is the top of the candle that I don't have anymore because I burned it. Reduce, reuse, recycle. I mean, that doesn't look like a scar. That looks like a drip. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, you gotta like brush it into your skin. It's really hard to tell if this looks like anything or if it just looks like goop on my face. I definitely didn't follow the outline though. I'm going to try something different on the other side. So instead of trying to go on either side of the guide that I drew, I'm just slathering it right in the middle, and then I'm gonna try to use this to draw a little line in the center. feel like that's kind of working. Something is definitely being achieved. Trying to layer it on top of each other. Really get it raised up. I like the scalpel though. God, this stuff dries way too fast. I don't know, I feel like that looks like a scar, like a really gnarly scar, which is what he has. Or does it just look like I put goop on my face? Oh, I can't really tell. I do have to bear in mind, this is my first time doing something like this, and I didn't prepare. I think that side definitely looks better so far than the other side. But yeah, I think in some places it still just looks drippy. It doesn't look like a scar. I'll be interested to see what happens as the product keeps solidifying. Right there and right here, I feel like these look like drips, not scars. Okay, that's something. So we need more right here to connect the scar to my lip. Oh, it's starting to drip. Does that look good? I don't know. I really can't tell. I don't think this looks good. I also don't know how long until it dries. I feel like now I'm just messing with it too much. I feel like this just looks like a hot glue gun. Okay, I messed with it too much. I'm starting over on this side. I keep putting too much on and it keeps dripping. I think that looks better. I'm happy with it. Don't mess with it. Now don't mess with it. Okay, now we wait for it to dry, I suppose? How long does this take to dry? Okay, so I read the directions again and I paid more attention this time. It said that in 5 minutes or less, the silicone will cure. Once it's cured, you can start putting makeup on it. So yeah, I was right to put it on right away. I probably shouldn't have globbed it up so much because it did get drippy, but yeah, apparently now it's hard enough for me to put makeup on it. So I'm gonna start with some powder and go from there. Again, no plan, so we'll see what happens. I mean, this side looks pretty good. This side's a little crazy looking, but that was the first time I ever used the product. I think this side looks good. I think that looks like a scar. Now, there's a few ways you could proceed with this depending on what kind of look you want to do. I saw people then really work the scars, adding in different like red tones and stuff like that. As I said, we are doing our own interpretation of the Joker, so we're not gonna do exactly like the comic or Heath Ledger or Joaquin Phoenix. It's probably gonna be the closest to Heath Ledger, but we'll see. But because he has a full face of makeup with a lot of like reds and blacks and the white face, it doesn't really make sense to color the scars to look like my skin because we're going to be covering them up anyway. But there will be a character in this makeup series that has their scars not covered with makeup, so we will learn that technique at some point in the series. But for now, let's use our trusty LA Color white foundation. It's going to be cool to see if these scars still look prominent when covered in makeup. I'm very impressed with this side. There's like a little bit here that I wish would go away. Maybe I could pull it off. I think that looks freaking cool. And then that side just looks insane. Heath Ledger for his eyes has just like black all over his eyes. Joaquin Phoenix has, I think, like greenish triangles. They both have red mouths, but Heath Ledger's like really follows the scars. I'm kind of thinking I might do that with the red, but I'll sit on that for a moment. I'm gonna start with the eyes. I'm kind of thinking green eyebrows. I'm wearing a green wig. I think green eyebrows would be cool. There's definitely black on this brush. Oh man, this is why we wash our brushes, Leah. I think that will look cool with the wig. I'm thinking about it now, maybe Jared Leto had green eyebrows, but he didn't even have the scars, so we're not really getting inspired by him. Then for the eyes, let's do purple in the front here, and then we'll do black on the other side. I don't know if we're gonna put any eyeshadow underneath, like under here. Let's see what this looks like. We love some finger blending. Okay, this side's kind of messy. Gonna dab some more foundation on just to fix it. Wow, I feel like I'm looking like the Jared Leto version accidentally. I love a good finger blending. Is it intense enough? I kind of just want to like line the underside with black. So it's just like a touch of purple. Yeah, that was definitely needed. I'm gonna dab a little bit of foundation on either side. Those are fun eyes. Decent, I don't know. I'm gonna do a little eyeliner and a little mascara. Hopefully I won't mess it up. Just a little, that's all we needed. Okay, match it somehow. It's a baby wing. Mascara time. And now for the lips. I've got this horrible lipstick that has just been totally abused. And I think this will be perfect because we don't want it to be completely neat. Maybe I paint this on with a paintbrush. Into the depths of the scars. I'm glad we started with the Joker so I don't have to do realistic skin toned scars right now. I'm super excited to try this again. But I think just to cover the mistakes that I made, we are just going to go crazy with the lipstick just like in the Heath Ledger version. Yeah, something about the top half of this look is giving way too much Jared Leto, but I think I look pretty. Ah, got the foundation in my hair. Okay, yeah, this looks like something, and I'm sure you're all dying to see the results. Thank you for joining me for the first episode in my SFX makeup series. I think I did a decent job. I can definitely improve, but I like how this whole look came together. I feel like we have a little bit of an homage to every version of the Joker, which is really cool. I'm excited to practice more scars. I cannot wait to do the look that has the more realistic scars blended into the skin. And I gotta say, it may be my first time doing any sort of facial scarring, but it could have been worse. I am impressed with myself, and that's all that matters. And don't forget, if you're a geek of any kind, join in by subscribing, turning on the notifications, joining us on Patreon, and comment down below what you think about my first attempt at SFX makeup. Next week, we are entering the world of Mortal Kombat with Melina. She's got a big bloody mouth. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited. My name is Leah, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.
Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 난 겨울. Yeah, 가요고 blood. Yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear. 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 그 chill day.